Well, we're getting through them. We get through the top 10 horses that we have in the barn right now, and there's still a lot of horses knocking on the door. We have had an unbelievably incredible run here at the stable. I keep saying that, but the more I look closely at these horses, it really is truly incredible how lucky we've been this year. Overall in many jurisdictions. You know, we've 3 jurisdictions right now with unbeaten horses. 3. And you can easily say, well, White Tiger's only won 1. Okay. Swander the Giants won 4. See You in Tuscany's won 2. And very nice horses. So, we're going to keep going with our list. We ran through the top 10. White Tiger, Swander the Giant, See You in Tuscany, Oso Pine, Twinsburg, Springbridge Proud, Sunshine's Finest, Timel Houdini, West 52nd, and Timel Tulo. Those are the top 10. Now, just lurking off the top 10 are some very, very good horses, and I'm about to tell you why. Number 11 is Stonebridge Simba. There's a colt that qualified in 2-2, looked okay. Didn't have any fast miles going into him. Came first over and finished second in 157 in the Meadows in his first stake race. I'm flying to Philadelphia tomorrow to drive Casanova's Jewel in the Stallion Series, which is the grassroots. He won that in emphatic fashion. A great performance. Not often you make a break and come back and win, especially in a stake race. And that's exactly what Casanova's Jewel did last time. Gonna look for a little cleaner line with the same final outcome tomorrow in Philadelphia. I'll leave for there tomorrow around 10:30 in the morning. I'm in Philadelphia Thursday and Friday, staying through and going to the Meadowlands, which is about an hour and a half away, I guess, under 2 hours for Friday and Saturday. So, Stonebridge Simba raced great. His first start, finished second. Drew a tough division tomorrow. I think he's like 6 or 7 to 1 morning line. But I know Andrew will have him tight and ready to go. So, he'll be close, I would hope, tomorrow, or Thursday, I guess, in Pennsylvania. Number 12, Dance Hall Babe. She got a little higher than you might think. You might say, well, you know, she finished 5th twice. Made a break both times. But I got to see her qualify this morning. We put the hobbles on this filly, and she blasted out of there. A little Angusy, if you will, coming out of the gate. A little ornery, a little sharp, but immediately cooled down. We hit the quarter in 28-1. Backed her up a half in a minute and a fifth. I could have been over the half in 2 with her. She was that easy. She was that polite. Started her up, getting into the last turn, 129 and a bit. And an easy winner, 158 in 3 maybe. And looked really, really good doing it. Looked like the horse she's supposed to look like all along doing it. So very impressed with what I saw this morning from Dance Hall Babe. Drives her right up into number 12. A little unfair. I forgot about our man, Yes, and he was lurking. And I was actually down to number 23, and I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about Yes. So I had to move him up. I did leave him behind Dance Hall Babe, which, that's a mistake. Yes has proved he could easily be in the top 10. And actually, Timel Tulo was number 10. Yes has a first and 2 seconds. First, second, and a third. He really should be in the top 10. Anyway, no matter, as I said, I made some mistakes with this list a little bit. Even mistakes that I would call mistakes. This list is obviously very subjective, but Yes should be in the top 10. He comes in at number 13 with an unbelievably, probably one of the most quiet, ninja-like horses in the barn. Nobody sees him. Nobody says a word. Nobody talks about Yes. He's got first, second, and third. I don't know what's he got made. He's got 20, 30. He's got 36,000 made. Yes, he's got 36,000 made. Wow. Comes in at 13, which is a bit unfair, but we have him at 13. 14, Hard 8. I schooled her this morning in 56. She looked great. Might have been a little much for her because she's back in. I thought she was in Sunday. She's going to be in Saturday. A little tight for Hard 8, but she's a big filly. Needs lots of work. What happened? The only reason I went that fast was they sent. So when you get to the paddock, you sign in, and you say that you have X amount of horses to school. And you want to, this way, they put her in with aged horses, and and I followed them around, but they went like 53. The last horse I finished up right on his wheel. I went a mile like 56 in a piece. We come 27 in a piece on the end of it. Lots of work this morning for Hard 8. Should be, if she's healthy, she should be very, very tight on Saturday. But just a beautiful filly. Doesn't wear a boot, or doesn't wear a pole. We put boots on her. She touched the knee. Doesn't wear a pole. Just a nice low head and a nice long hobble. Just a beautiful, beautiful filly. She's number 14. Maintenance Man drops a little bit to 15 after his performance the other day. Although, in all fairness, Hard 8 has never stepped foot on the track in a gold event. Maintenance Man has never raced in anything but. So that's a little unfair. Little lackluster in his last race. Given the 1 second. Honey, I'll go too. Why don't you throw mine in? Can you come back and get me, or how far away is it? There you go. Sorry about that. No rest for the wicked. So, Maintenance Man really should be a little higher up also. That's a little unfair to him after I look at this list. He raced tough. His last start, I think it was a combination of he was a little bit under the weather, and he was a little pissed off when I drug him off the gate. He wanted to get right at it, and I took him back to last, and he was not very happy about it. So we were forced to get what we got. He still pays 54 and raced well. He's number 15. Number 16, Mo Better, has raced tremendous. Obviously, everybody knows by now who the new clients are that own small pieces of Mo Better, and that's for those of you who watch hockey, number 93, Doug Gilmore, owns 5%, and Rick Vive also owns 5% of the horse. So those of you out there that own Mo Better, you got some pretty powerful partners. So Mo Better raced decent, finished 4th in the Battle of Waterloo elimination. You know, anytime you're taking horses out of the grassroots and racing against Gold Company, it's tough, no matter where you do it. And Mo Better did as good as he can. He paced a mile in 1:55 at Grand River last night and did as good as he could. Arvika, jumping up the list. I trained her this morning, took the hobbles off of her. She was going to go a mile about 59 this morning at Mohawk in a training mile. Made a break halfway down the lane. We'll just slide the old hoops back on Arvika and school her next week. She's pretty much ready to go and looked great in doing it. Now, when they start going those 59 2-minute speed, you don't know where it leads to. You hope it leads to 155, 150, whatever, but you don't know. She's at the precipice. She's at the gate of talent. She's close, and she's going to qualify within the next 10 days. We'll school her probably 2 weeks, I guess. We'll school her next Tuesday and then qualify her right after that. So Arvika's ready to go. Autumn Wings, a little bit sick. She got bit by that bug the other fillies got. I went to train her today, a little bit of snot in her nose. I went a slower mile with her than I wanted to. She's not going to be ready for another 10 days at least, I would say. I'm going to have to do things right by her. I'm not going to train her hard again until she's healthy. She was not healthy today. When she finished up her mile, she ate her lunch. She felt good. Not the way I wanted her to look. So just going to take a little chill pill, take a little time off from Autumn Wings again, and let her get healthy. War We Ultra, obviously another horse that was sick in her last start, looked horrible, weak around the last turn, fell apart halfway down the lane and made a break. So War We Ultra, scope sick as you can imagine, and we're trying to get these last group of horses over this stuff, and she's one also that needs to get over it. Casanova's Jewel, we just talked about Casanova's Jewel and the trip he went in Pennsylvania's last start. Really, really impressed with this colt. Everything I said he had the potential to do. He showcased it a little bit last week in the Meadows. See if he can keep his mind on his work tomorrow, and hopefully we'll end up in the winner's circle. Shockingly enough, he's picked to win tomorrow in Pennsylvania. So hopefully we'll have a fruitful Philadelphia trip for the big Casanova colt tomorrow. Screaming Hawk, some of the blame lays on me for Screaming Hawk finishing 5th the other night. I had the hobbles on a little too tight, but I knew we were going to leave. And I knew we were going to leave hard. He made a break in the first turn at Mohawk. There's no reason to believe he wasn't going to have a problem with the first turn at Georgian. So I want to have his pants on tight. Problem with that is they tire him out. So another horse that's just getting over the virus, coupled with a tight set of hobbles, means that Screaming Hawk had more than enough reasons to fade and finish 5th. Still trotted in 2-1. 2-1 the other night in Jordan, and the most important thing is he got his owner some money. So Screaming Hawk again cashes in at Georgian. Buckingham, 8-hole-itis, Scoped a little bit, sick again. I keep saying this. It's a horrible echo, but we're doing all we can. We've had them on antibiotics. You're going to see it. You know, there's antibiotics all over these vet bills, all over these board bills. We just can't get these horses healthy. So we're going to do our best to clean them up best we can. Buckingham ended up a little bit sick last night in Grand River. Paced a mile 57 on a half-mile track. Don't kid yourself. It was a big mile. She's a tough filly, and she's going to have a bright future. But finished 6th last night. Linnea, another filly. She looked terrible. She was coming to... I'm getting yelled at by my son. He went a big. She went a big last. Big last quarter. Third quarter. Getting around the last turn, she really put it in gear. I thought she was going to get a big chunk of it, and then she fell apart down the lane. We had aluminum shoes on her. Now, the first time we put aluminum shoes on this filly up front, she won, 155 and 1. But subsequently, right after that, fell apart again. Raced 3 bad starts, at least 2, if not 3 bad starts in a row. We're going to put the flip-flops back on her. I think her feet are killing her, and the aluminum shoes are not doing her any favors. So, Linnea, racing poorly right now, but obviously showed she's got a lot of talent, a lot of speed. I'm sure she'll put it all together in the near future. Bay Jewel had a rough start in Illinois. 2 breaks, very small check. And then we had moved the horse to Brandon Bates. She made that breaker last start, had to qualify. Qualified by 13 lengths, a winner in 2 minutes in Indiana. Very impressed. Brandon said he's going to race her in a maiden-type stake event next week. So that's good. Not an Angel, another filly, had a few little issues that she had to overcome. She has, and she's racing better. Finished 2nd in Illinois. She'll be racing again next week. Doing very good out there. I'm very happy with what I've seen from her. Holding Steady, another horse, had a big win. Yeah, please. Ollie's going golfing for the first time. He's all business. He just told me I gotta hurry up. Anyway, Holding Steady raced well. His first start, obviously won that stake race out there. Has been beat up a little bit a couple of times. Finished hard. His miles look good. His lines look okay. Just needs to be doing more work. So hopefully, I think they're going to Springfield next week. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's what Angie told me. And then we will be ready to rock. 1 second. Probably just need like a couple of irons in the driver. Yeah.
Daddy.
Hold on, buddy. What'd you do to your face?
Cat scratch.
Oh my God.
You know what James did? When Gravy was napping, pushed me right off. James pushed her right off, and then she tried to climb back up, but then hit me here.
Oh Lord, that's a bad scratch. Look like Freddy Krueger. Anyway. Holding Steady. So Holding Steady is coming forward, needs to keep doing his work, keep progressing. Some of our clients had said, geez, he didn't race that good last week. Well, he's not a little horse. He can't sprint like a quarter horse. He's a big giant animal, and he needs to be out and in the flow and grinding along and hopefully finishing up. So hopefully we'll get a good start out of him next week. Curious Winner raced well his first start. As I said, I was a little overly conservative with him in his first start. And he was okay. He was okay, but faded a little bit and finished 5th. His next start is in Urbana, wherever the hell that is, and hopefully he does well there. I think he's good now. Now we're going to be able to race him rather than hold your breath and hope he doesn't make a break and love to get some money. Now we're actually going to race him. So we'll see how he does in Urbana. Too Far Gone. She's on her way back home. Going to get a little TLC. I'm going to work on her when we're home and give her to one of the girls. See if we can't get her back on track. She got a little sore behind and out of gear and lost her way in Ohio. She hopefully will come back soon, and then within the next 2 days. And then hopefully we can get her back on track. She's got a long year ahead of her still. There's lots of stakes left still in the fair circuit in Ohio, and a couple of Buckeyes left also. Majesty Boy also heading to Urbana, as I said. Nice, turned into an okay little Buckeye horse, little grassroots horse. Hopefully he matures well. I'd like to see him put together some money for our clients for the winter, and then bring back Majesty Boy as a 3-year-old. Hopefully he'll be a nice horse. He has all the tools, always did, just has to decide he wants to use them. Candy Mac, very similar to Majesty Boy. Okay horses, just need to be doing more work. And Candy Mac, I think they did a little vet work on him today. I believe we should see some improvements on him in the very near future. Sunshine Inn, same thing, a little bit sick. I thought when we were going by the half last night in the Battle of the Bells elimination, she was a winner, maybe second. The horse in front of me looked done. The horse in the 2-hole looked stretched out. I was climbing all over the guy in front of me. I went to move her and she was flat. Shocked, not surprisingly. We scoped her after and she had a lot of mucus and some redness, and that's what happens. Not much we can do about that. What I saw, though, was a filly ready to go. So hopefully we can get Sunshine Inn back in, I would hope, in the next 10 days. Get her healthy. Get her back in somewhere she can do some damage in the next 10 days. Friggin' Biggin kind of fell apart the last couple of weeks, the old Biggin. His feet were hurting him. We had to make a shoeing change on him, do some vet work on his feet. And then he'll also be going to Urbana. But, you know, Biggin, he's a big boy. Big boy, and he's growing, it almost seems like every day. So he has these little aches and pains that we have to work on, same as the other horses do. And Biggin hopefully will overcome them and end up in the winner's circle in Urbana. Just a tad. Trained just a tad this morning in 2:02 at Mohawk. Still a little bumpy, a little out of gear. Trying to get the wrinkles back out of this guy. I know, I'm well aware that when he came back, they told us that, you know, they thought they were going to turn him out for the year, that he needed time to mature, and they might be right. He may need that. And we may very well end up doing that. But right now, he's been in 2-2 at Mohawk and looked good doing it, come half in a minute. And just need to see more of that. Need to see more of that. So just a tad, we'll see what the next couple of weeks brings for him. Captain Miraculous, he qualified poorly, but was sick. We gave him a week off, schooled him the other day. We're going to have him in to go and ready to go as soon as we can. I think Sunday at Georgian, I'm going to come back and race him. Sunday at Georgian, you'll probably see Captain Miraculous. Christine K, she left today for New York. She is going to begin her New York State racing career this week. No, I don't know when she's going to be in. She will be in New York tonight and hopefully into race next week in a Sire Stakes or something. That will be up to Renee. King of the Ball. King of the Ball has been training okay. Still a few little bumps in him. He's on the bubble right now. If I don't see much from him in the next 2 weeks, he might end up going back to the field. But we'll see how that plays out. Nothing wrong with that. These horses have to mature at different rates. And, you know, as I tell you all the time, when the horses are talking, you better be listening. And when it comes to, I'll get the stink eye from Ollie. When it comes to these colts and fillies, you really just got to take your time. And if King of the Ball needs a little time, then so be it. There's nothing wrong with that. Irvy LeBron's back jogging and training now. He's going to go his first trip, maybe Friday. I told him to go a slow mile with him. Looks great. Really filled out that colt. His knee come down. I told you the reason we stopped with him. That knee was bothering him. It had blown up. It was a little sore. It's good now, so he can start training on Friday. Better Call Mike also back in. Jog him for maybe 2-3 weeks before we try and turn him. He was out for quite a while and really grew up and looks great now. Better Call Mike. See the Better Than Cheddars winning a few of the stake races lately, giving us a little boost in morale for Better Call Mike. Here's a colt that obviously needed time, and we did right by him. We gave him the time, and he has responded well. Looks great in the barn right now. The Butler Did It. For those of you that own the Butler Did It, it's a little unfair that he's way down this list. And a lot of these horses, just take it for what it is. I was in a rush, and the Butler Did It was on the New York list. He's actually on our list now. So the Butler Did It is coming back. Not a very good experience for the Butler. He ended up going to Paul Kelly's, getting sick, and not even getting to race. Paul told me that he thought maybe he needed some time to mature. Wasn't overly comfortable putting him in to go the way he was. So I said, just send him back. So we're going to take him back. And then I told you about the screw up with the papers. And it's my fault. But we'll have Butler Did It back here soon enough. Jogging, training, and we may race him a few times. We may not. We'll see how this jogging and training goes. I suspect he'll be fine. He was fine when he left here to go to Buffalo. Ready for the beach. Raced 2 horrible races, then raced decent the other night. Going into Urbana, he has an error-free line. He was not steppy at all. Did his work very, very well. And I expect he'll be fine in Urbana. Very happy with what I saw the other day. A little disappointed because I think he's got more talent than he shows. But we're going to give him every opportunity to show it. So he'll be at Urbana with the Trotters next week. Delcrest Star Angel just ready to come back in, the big girl. She had a little bit of time off let those joints cool down, let her fill out, catch her breath, and just build some confidence and relax. She was a little stressed out at the track. You'd get to the turn, she'd make a break. You get to the turn, she'd make a break. I don't want to start tightening her hobbles up and pushing on her. She just needed some time off. So we gave her a few weeks off. She's back now. Who else is back? Boldness is back. Boldness come back last week. Got the shoes on him, starting to jog him. It'll be a few weeks before we have any preliminary reports on Boldness. I watched his brother race against all the best horse in the world last week. Yes, Mickey looked great doing it. Hopefully we have another Yes, Mickey in Boldness. Just need a little time. That would be fantastic if that was the case. We will see soon enough. And Ivanka. Ivanka's been on the bubble. I had told you she was to be turned out. She did not get turned out yet. Angie and Rob have been working very, very hard on her. They believe they got her squared around and fixed up. We will see. I'm not there to pass judgment. I know that the horse that I drove in Illinois, called Ivanka, at the start of the stake season, certainly seemed like she needed some time off. But Angie's a good horse person, so is Rob, and I believe they have her back on track now. So we will see. I put a little question mark here. I didn't know whether I put her on the turned out page. She's not turned out. She's ready to go. So we will see. So that's all the horses left in the barn. If I missed one, I'm sorry, but I really had a skeleton crew here this week. I have all my pertinent information in that black folder I generally leave at every airport in North America, and I left it in the driver's room at Scioto Downs, and the race secretary was nice enough to go over and grab it for me. It's found, it's just not in my possession. So I had to rifle through my phone. I think I get all the babies, 53 of them here. Rifle through my phone for everybody's stable, all the babies, talk about all the horses. Obviously, there's lots and lots and lots of really cool and really interesting things going on with the stable. The coolest thing also for a lot of people is the baby sales. Like I said, catalogs are starting to surface for Ohio, where we got Bay Jewel. Not the sale where we got See You in Tuscany, where we got Bay Jewel. We bought 5 that day. Candy Mac, Bay Jewel, Majesty Boy. Not horses that really wow you, at least the last 2, but they're coming. They're good race horses. They're coming. Bay Jewel, I think, is a very, very good filly, and she's going to prove that really, really soon. She's in a good place right now, obviously in Indiana, with what I saw in the qualifier. So the first sale is out. Second sale, Goshen sale, is out also. Well, that's where we got Screaming Hawk. That's where we got Casanova's Jewel, Captain Miraculous. Got a number of horses out of that sale also. So interesting times. A lot of people have seen what we've done, and they've seen what our horses have done in North America, and they've been emailing us asking about what's up this fall for the stable. Well, exactly what was up last fall. We're going to try to value shop and make some good purchases, put as much work into them as we can all winter, do it all again next summer. So as a lot of the stakes are really just starting for this summer, the stake season is in full swing, and the sale season is coming. So, a lot of things rattling around in my head. Good news is there's lots of room. So that's it for this week. You're going to have your videos a day late, I guess. But I did the best I could. See if we can't keep things going here in North America with TheStable.ca. Some big stake races coming up. Hambo's this Saturday. Lawmaker, I just found out, drew 4, a good division. On that same card, you're going to see White Tiger, and then we're going to have some horses racing in Georgia on Sunday. We're going to have all the big Ohio trotting colts on Monday, and another week of racing. So, for me, for Impatient Ollie and Amy, and everybody else at TheStable.ca, we will see you soon.
Finish them later.
Finish them later? Say I'm done now. Say bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. See you later.